Welterweight contender Kenneth Sims Jr. Kenneth takes on Cristian Mino on August 21st, live in the main event on Ballys Sports Network in Orlando, Florida. Kenny, what's happening tonight?
Good. I'm just getting in from the gym, so everything going good. Camp going good. Ready.
Let's talk about this fight coming up as we tape this interview. It's about 11 days out. Take on Mino. What can you tell us about this fight?
The fight specifically, I treat the biggest fight of my life because at this point, the next fight could be the biggest part. Making sure I don't slip up, don't take no shortcuts, and just working. Then one of the WBA titles, one of the regional titles, continental titles, one of them. I don't know exactly. That should move me up in the ranking. So I know I'm getting close to the ultimate goal of a world title and making sure I'm ready.
You've been on a nice little roll in your last few fights, especially with the win over Elvis Rodriguez before they, a couple wins. Daryl Humphrey, Jermaine Corley, and Keyshawn Williams back on Christmas night. Talk about this little streak they're on.
I just been around people that I can learn from. We learn from each other. About myself, like my body, like my nutrition, making sure all that is good. Weight the right way, making sure I'm training the right way, make sure I'm not overtraining. So I just like when I took the losses, I was learning on the job basically. So people say a loss is not a loss, it's a lesson. But I really believe that with me because those early setbacks, I wouldn't be the fighter I am now. So I don't think I was. So the streak is like me being what I was supposed to be initially. So.
Yeah, I mean, just want to talk about those quick losses for a second. I think I was present at all of them, and obviously when I was working in my PR capacity, I know there are a couple times where I have to go back in the locker room and get quotes from the winners, the losers, those fights, and those fights, those losses, those draws. You were very emotional. There were a couple times where you couldn't bring yourself to even talk. Talk about that, and did like a light bulb go on? Maybe coming from like you mentioned, their lessons and all that. Did like a light bulb go on? Because obviously everyone knows the talent that you had coming out of the amateurs, the great documentary done on you as you embarked on your pro career. Was there like a particular point where things started to turn around for you, where that light bulb went on?
Well, that first part about me like being emotional, I just hate losing. Like, right, I hate losing more than I love winning. So I just hate losing. So that's what. And yeah, losing would be a light bulb, just like with anything else. Like when you don't do something like up to you're able to do it, that you're gonna try to find out what you got to do to fix it. Make sure everything at the time to just make sure everything was right, so I can beat myself when I was in the ring. So that was just it. I took a step back and added people to found my niche for how I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to be doing.
I mean, obviously, the fight that kind of puts you, I would say, back on the map was the Rodriguez fight. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I've seen that fight and the fight that you fought against Keyshawn on Christmas night. You could just tell, even without talking to you, just the body language. You're a much more confident fighter. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's 100% true. I think just being around like all the people I train with now, like we push Troy, Isley, Duke Ray, and Bruce Carrington, train together. We do everything together when we're in camp. So like, it's like they give me confidence. We give each other tips. They give each other tips. Like we all got a lot of experience. Like they just turned all three of them went to the Olympics that I just named. So we just learning off each other. And Jared Anderson, like Shakur, then I'm around Bud a lot of the times. Like,
are you yeah, obviously these guys they're from different parts of the country.
Mhm.
Are you I remember you trained mostly in Chicago. Are you kind of spreading out where you're doing some camps now? You kind of going away?
Yeah, my last two Vegas. So I'm in Vegas right now. Before that, I was in Colorado for that Elvis fight. When I got a fight coming up, I'm not in Chicago because it's just better for me. Because like in Chicago, about 99% know I'm gonna get the best of the sparring. Like, ain't nobody gonna really like push me to where I need to be %. So I need to get out to push myself.
Is this also kind of part of the turnaround as well? Is it going away to Vegas
Yeah,
and
that's
Colorado Springs?
definitely like that's a big part of it because, like I said, just the people I'm around. I spar more competition, especially here in Vegas. Everybody come here to train, so I'm sparring top. Then just in the gym, it's top guys in the gym. They see me spar and they just tell me, and then they even if they not telling me like no instructions or no like giving me compliments about like even some people like they be like they never knew me and then oh my god like who are you and be like so that's even a part of like a confidence boost. I'm not like I know I'm better than most people on the planet at boxing. So.
And as we mentioned before, a major amateur star that you were, the documentary, a lot of people knew you very early in your career and, the expectations. Obviously after the losses, people kind of pushed you to the side a little bit. A question I ask, and I think I may or may not know the answer here, is sometimes without those high expectations, does that relieve some pressure for you, and you can fight a little bit more freely and do things a little bit more freely without those high expectations?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that got nothing to do with it. It was just to learn about myself, like physically, and mentally. Like I don't think. I feel like I had expectations. Like even if it's not other people, myself and my expectations from people that know me, those I think about those like outsiders' expectations of me. Like those don't really like move me. Like people personally, they always had high expectations of me. So my whole life.
So you mentioned this fight, and I know you're not like looking ahead of yourself, but you said, maybe a couple fights could be, you said this is the biggest fight of your life, and it's for a regional title and whatnot, and there could be fights for bigger titles, two fights down. I know on Ballys Sports Network, I know you fought a couple fights with the Premier Boxing Champions as well. So, anything you've been told? You've been looking at what's going on in the 140-pound division. Josh Taylor, who was who had all four belts, is kind of giving a couple belts out. I know next Saturday night, one of his belts is going to be fought for between Puello and.
I spar with him out here.
Who's that? Who just spar with?
Puello. I'll spar with him a lot. My last camp.
So is that a guy with? I know fighters don't really talk about sparring.
Yeah, I was about to say. So it's sparring. Not really.
Well, I'll word it a little bit differently. If like you said, you win the next two, 1, 2, 3 fights, whoever it is, and Puello, gets his hand raised next Saturday night. Is that a guy? If they call Kenneth Sims' number to fight for a world title, is that a guy you'd feel, have some confidence in going against him for a world title?
Yeah, for sure. I got confidence going against anybody for a world title. So Like I got on planet Earth. Like I think I'm one of the best in my really. I got confidence against anybody. They call me and say I could fight him for a title, but it's just work. We're going. It's not like my friend or anything or my brother. Yeah, we can get to that. I don't really.
Do you see now? I mean, the way you look at it with Taylor giving up some belts, it looks like he's going to fight Catterall again. Some of the belts have been splintered out now, and it looks like after he fights Catterall, he could be moving up to welterweight. You see this as a wide open division right now?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think it's a lot of. I think it's open for somebody to take it over. It's a lot of people in this division that can win a world title. So it's wide open. I think Taylor probably move up after the Catterall fight, so that'll be 2 more times, obviously.
And then I guess Regis and Zepeda are going to fight, and I guess Ramirez may fight the winner of that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like all those. I fight all those people. Like, I'm not discriminating. I fight all of those guys, especially I fight all of like Regis. Regis is my guy. We cool. But title on the line, we do it.
But real quickly, going back to the fight for the 21st, Mino. What do you know about him?
I don't know too much. I watch videos I've seen on YouTube, but that's about it. It's only like 2 videos on YouTube. I know he's short and he kind of aggressive. He got 17 knockouts, 22 wins, so he power, but I don't really know too much about him. I just when they say I seen, but like I seen his right. But I think I think I should I got planned on doing a pretty good fight. He got a good record.
And obviously he's a gateway to bigger and better things for you. What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you on Sunday night, August 21st?
Ready, everybody. Make sure you tune in on Ballys. Having a great camp. Twitter, Instagram at Kenneth Sims Jr. I've been working. I'm trying to a long time since we had a world champion. I'm trying to be the next one.
There you have it. Kenneth Bossman Sims Jr. So I like the nicknames. I always have to get that one in for you. So Kenny, we thank you for a few minutes of your time. We will see you on Sunday night, August 21st, live on Ballys Sports Network from the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. We will talk to you along the way, and hopefully, we'll talk to you, within a couple fights, and maybe we'll be talking about a world title fight.
Yeah, hopefully.
There you have it.
I pray so. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Ken.